DreAllDay.com.
Today is how to say more by saying less. How can you say more with less? And anyone who wants to be a better professional speaker, whether you just want to be a better communicator, period, you don't have to want to get on stage and give speeches like the president or Martin Luther King or nothing like that. But if you just want to be a better communicator, you want to be able to get your point across better, then what I'm going to share with you here today is going to be very useful to you. So I'm going to give you 3 specific points that you can use anytime you're speaking to anybody, whether it's one person or a million people, to get your message across better. The first thing is this. First thing is you got to eliminate all the unnecessary stuff from your speech. Anything that you have to say, eliminate all the unnecessariness. It means all the word fillers. You know, when somebody has word fillers like so, those word fillers that people use when they don't know what to say or they're trying to fill space in between what they say. So the point that I want to give you here is to pace yourself. When you're speaking to other people, one person again or 1,000 people, learn to pace yourself, which means you can speak slower if you need to. Make sure that every word that you say are only the necessary words that you need to say, which leads me into point number 2, was to say only what is necessary. Napoleon Hill, what's going on? For those people who heard of the book called Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill was the person who wrote that book back in the 1930s during the Great Depression. He went on to he did a whole lot of public speaking after he wrote that book because he was like world famous. Everybody wanted to hear from this guy who wrote this profound book, Think and Grow Rich. And people would always ask him, well, how did you get so good at speaking? In addition to all the practice that he had, but what makes you so good at speaking, Napoleon Hill? What's your tips? What are your tips you could give anybody who wants to be a good speaker? And he gave 3 specific tips to be a good speaker. So all of you take note of these right here. Here are the 3 tips. Number 1 is stand up. Number 2 is say everything that you have to say and nothing more. And number 3, sit down. So eliminate all the unnecessariness. Anything that's not necessary for you to get your point across. Whatever the point is, leave everything else out. Anything that's not helping you get the point across, you don't need to share it. People don't need to hear it. And human beings have short attention spans, right? Short and sweet. People have short attention spans. So if you go too long and the good stuff is at the end, people not even going to get the good stuff because you wasted all their energy on the boring stuff that didn't even matter. The unnecessary stuff, rather. I'm not going to say boring, but the unnecessary stuff. And here's the last point that you're going to take. So the first point is pace yourself. Second point is only say what's necessary. Eliminate all the extra crap that means nothing, that has no value to people. And the third thing is this. The truth and the most profound statements are often very, very simple. For example, people ask, what's the key to success? The keys to success are not hidden in some book. They are not, so you don't have to pay somebody $1 million to get the keys to success. It's not a secret in some movie that you don't know about or in some secret society that you don't have access to. The keys to success are everything you already know. Work hard, be disciplined, believe in yourself, show up every day, keep showing up even when it's not going good. All the cliches that you already know, those profound cliches, the ones that you might seem as boring, the ones you may roll your eyes when you hear somebody saying it, those are the keys to success, and they're the truth. The truth is often quite simple. There's a principle called Occam's razor. Occam's razor says that the solution to a problem or the solution to a challenge is often the most obvious solution. When people are faced with challenges, what happens, especially now with all the information we have and as smart as humankind has become, whenever we face a challenge, we think it's some complex mathematical equation that we got to go through to get the answer. Like, I got to hire this guy, I got to take this class, I got to sign up for this course, I got to read these 10 books so I can solve this problem. But the solution to the problem is often something so simple that a 6th grader could figure out what the solution is. Now, whether you can work the solution is a different question, but the solution to a problem usually is the most simple thing. What's going on, whoever that is checking in? The solution to a problem is often the most simple thing that you can see. So let me recap my 3 points here, and I'm going to follow my own advice here by giving you only the necessary stuff in this stream. Number 1, when you are speaking to people, one person, you're speaking to 1 million people, it doesn't matter who you're speaking to, make sure you pace yourself. Don't use a lot of word fillers. Don't get nervous, and the way to not get nervous is to get practice, get experience speaking, but pace yourself when you're speaking. So speak slower if you need to. If your natural speaking pace is to speak quickly, but pace yourself as you speak so that you don't seem nervous, so that people can be relaxed and they can get your message instead of your message, the way you're delivering it, getting in the way of the actual information. Number 2, Only say what's necessary. Eliminate all the unnecessary stuff from any time that you're speaking. Anything you have to say, only say what is most important. You stand up, say what you need to say, and then sit down. Those are the 3 steps to giving a great speech. And number 3, my overall stream here is about how to say more with less. Number 3 is that the most profound and the smartest and the most useful pieces of information are often super, super simple, super basic, and they're things that everybody already knows. There are no secrets to success. There are no deep secrets to you getting the things that you want. You already know what they are. It's just a matter of whether you're going to do it or not. Can I take any questions? I'll take a couple of questions. I'll try to take them. I'm driving right now, so if I see it, I'll take it. If I miss your question because I'm not looking, don't take it personal. This is DreAllDay. Many people know me formally as Dre Baldwin. Professional. I'm a professional at a lot of things. Professional athlete. What I do is I am an expert in mental toughness, self-confidence, and self-discipline. Now that entails me coaching people, consulting businesses, speaking, writing books, making YouTube videos, doing Periscope streams, podcasting. So I'm gonna stop even calling myself a professional speaker. I'm just an expert, period. I just happen to speak. I happen to do live streams. I happen to coach. I happen to write books and blog and YouTube and everything else. That's not my main thing, speaking. I do a whole lot of things. Me being an expert, that's my main thing. You like my shirt? Thank you. Do I still play pro ball? No. Go to my website. I wrote about this in detail. How can this apply to a girl? Go to DreAllDay.com/girl, GIRL. I got a program that's perfect for you. What's the name of my new TED Talk? Well, it didn't come out yet, so you can't find it. The name of it is Coming Soon. That's the name of my latest TED Talk. I did that at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Here's a hint to y'all. If I'm ever driving and you post a question, the shorter the question, the easier I can answer. I can't read a 3-line question while I'm driving. Not if I want to live. Not if I want to live to give you an answer. So the shorter questions are easier for me to read. What is that on my hat? It says Lietuva, or however you pronounce it. That's Lithuania in Lithuania. Can we change the world? Who's we? You mean you? You can do whatever you want. You've been on the bulletproof mindset for about a year. That's what's up. Well, the course only came out like 6 months ago, but I get what you're saying. Anybody who wants to develop a bulletproof mindset, go to DreAllDay.com/bulletproof. If I had a quote, what would it be? Work on your game. It says it right here on my shirt, man. Work on your game. That's the quote that I would give. If I could put a billboard up anywhere with a quote, it would be that. Work on your game. You don't know what that is, just Google it. All you're gonna see is my name. Work on your game. That's the name of my podcast. That's the name of my show. If y'all know a guy named Grant Cardone, I got a show on the Grant Cardone TV network. It is called, guess what? Work on your game with DreAllDay. That's me. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game. Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I'm ballin'. I feel like Dre.